Good morning. 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 Wow, you're here early. Meow 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 meow. Hi Angie, how are you? I don't think I've ever seen you here this early. Meow. Buenos dias. Is that a Yuna llena? Luna llena or Yuna llena? Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. A little bit tired. Woke up. Just wiped the boogers on my eyes right now. I usually get up. Luna. Luna llena. All right. I usually get up and I lay in bed for a minute because it takes me a while to get my old ass out of bed. Like cuando me levanto y tengo que pensarla antes de levantarme. As I've gotten older, I realize when I wake up, I don't just jump out of bed. Good morning, Alejandro. How are you? So this old body is starting to feel its age here and there. But like when I wake up, first I wake up, open my eyes, I do a systems check, make sure everything is still operational, and then I slowly start to think about getting up. Ain't that about a bitch? And when I was a young guy, I used to just open my eyes and jump out of bed. Pero pues, it is what it is. So this morning, I'm gonna touch on something that I should learn, and I haven't learned over the years. Um, sometimes I think I do stuff on my lives that I shouldn't do, and sometimes I think that I may tend to snap, and it's part of who I am. Like last night, there was a guy that comes in and trolls and talks shit, and I've always tried to not engage. But every once in a while, when someone comes in through the lives on TikTok or YouTube, I just get upset and I start talking shit and I start to you know fall into it. I'm doing good today, Javier. So to me, I shouldn't do that. I'm falling into what they want me to do, and also I should learn to disconnect from the problem. I was yesterday telling my son to pick his battles. Pick your battles. Not everything is worth fighting for. And I caught myself doing the fucking same thing, just getting run rabbit run. Good morning. Getting pulled into some bullshit. You know what I mean? Good morning, Anai. Good morning, Anai. I used to know somebody named Anai from Long Beach. Good morning, Anai. Um, so I'm guilty and I'm a hypocrite a lot of the times. Like for real, yesterday I was talking about how my son was getting into an argument because someone cut in line in front of him to leave school, and they were about to fight as they're coming out. Thank you so much, meow. Keep it going. The likes help me, people, so I
Thanks
appreciate when
for
you get.
connecting to the internet. For help, go to the Alexa app.
So today's lesson is going to be learn to disconnect from issues or not engage where you shouldn't engage. Again, like yesterday, someone came back on YouTube to talk smack, and I guess I've been feeling certain ways these last few days, so I engaged in maybe being offensive and talking shit. So I should never do that. I should rise above and blah 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 and all that shit. Not because I should be a better person, but they're not worth my time or energy, if that makes sense. So learn to disconnect from problems. Learn to disconnect from I guess the screen. If you are one of those people that are constantly looking at TikToks or YouTube videos, and you get upset or sad, or or triggered, right? Learn to disconnect. Learn, have downtime. Have some digital downtime. Just learn to diffuse. And if at work or at home we have people that trigger us or want to poke the bear, as they say, learn to disconnect. Now, I'm gonna say this because I know that a lot of people sometimes cannot get away from the people that are aggravating them. You know, not to talk shit or bring up old stuff, but when I was married, if we got in an argument, I would want to walk away, and she would want to always like block me off and not let me cool down and keep on poking the bear. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're one of those agitators, let that person just diffuse. It'll be much better. If you stand in front of your guy or your girl when you're arguing because they want to just decompress and walk away, let them walk away and decompress. Let them walk away. Let them just chill. Let them come to a place where they can speak and not yell. Let them come to a place where they can say words they mean, not words they will regret later. You know what I'm saying? So again, I know people have, what's up, Rob? How's it going? I know some people have the tendency to not want to diffuse the situation. But if you're one of those people, yes, words hurt. And sometimes, again, like personal experience, when I was married and I got in an argument with my wife, I would want to have a moment of clarity and walk away, and she would stand in front of the door. She would stand in front of me and all this. And again, I'd rather go relax, gather my thoughts so I don't say hurtful things. You know what I'm saying? I sell some of them. This one I made. This one I made for myself. This one I made from scratch, from all the necklaces and collares that I've broken. So I made a strong one. And this one was given to me yesterday. Sometimes you gotta blow up. Like I told my son yesterday, you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles. Like if someone, like my son was getting into an argument because someone cut in front of him to leave school. The only thing they were doing was leaving for the day. What does it matter that he was going to be 3 steps ahead of you? It doesn't matter. That's not worth the fight, son. But I told my son, I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. I'm proud of you for that. But learn to pick your battles better. Learn to pick your battles better. And again, yesterday I fell victim to that same shit. After I got off the live, I got one account. I got a second account that no one ever, but there's lots of people that try to be me or pretend to be me. So don't fall for any bullshit. This is the only account. I will never like go out and request you and send you, the spirits have a message for you. Nah, I don't do that shit. If you need my help, you come to me. I will never like go out and try to sort of get people to like, Miren, I got a message for you. Nah, I don't do that. So be careful. So anyways, yesterday after telling my son that, in the evening, I fell into the same trap. I got caught up. Thank you so much, Christina. May you be blessed today. And I did the same thing. I got in an argument with an idiot that doesn't deserve my energy or time. So learn to disconnect from things that aggravate you, things that make you sad, things that make you feel unworthy. Disconnect from these things. And again, I encourage you guys, and I know it sounds funny because I'm here speaking to you through TikTok and YouTube. Learn to disconnect. Hey there, KK Bays, how are you? Much love. Learn to disconnect from social media. Have digital downtime. Have time for yourself to decompress, to meditate, to focus on you, not the world's external problems. Why do people pray to Santa Muerte? Because she's very much energy that is loving, very present, and very comforting. She comes to those that are in bad ways, the downtrodden, the forgotten. She's an energy that uplifts everyone, you know. What do you think about those who are sending Christians to ICE? I'm not for it. I'm not for it. They're just doing their job, and again, I hope they're protected. I hope those men and women are protected. That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get people like, no. Everyone deserves to do their job, and if if they're getting a paycheck, God bless them. I hope they make it home safely. Like when I was a criminal, when I was a gang member, I respected cops. Like I knew they had families, they had children, they had to get home to. So again, even though I was on the other side of the law for a lot of my youth, to this day I hold a deep respect for law enforcement, and that's just my personal view. You know what I'm saying? That's my view. So, do I condemn people trying to curse people for doing their job? Yeah. Yeah, her presence is very comforting. Very, very comforting. Yo, block them. Block them, please, and report them. I'm so sorry about that, 8 Ball. I'm so sorry. So, again, learn to disconnect. And whoever's there trying to pretend to be me, que Santa Muerte les cierre los pasos y los caminos a ustedes por querer a defraudar a la gente. Así sea. So, as I was saying, learn to disconnect from things that aggravate you. No, your life's gonna get taken anyway. Magical world. Your life is already. I mean, the moment we live and take our first breath, we know we're gonna die as soon as we have knowledge, right, and have self-awareness. Our life is already. So, people say praying to her takes your life. She's gonna take your life regardless. Regardless, she's gonna take your life, and she's gonna bring you back home. The thing is, we shouldn't fear death. Death is not to be feared. Death is a transitional state. And that's where we're at with this. Last night, someone was saying, oh, God this, God that. This is God's will. God created us and gave us a timeline. He created death for us because without death, there will be chaos. You feel dead inside? Then maybe we should talk, because you shouldn't feel dead inside right now. Thank you so much there, 8 Ball. Again, so God created death for balance. Without death, it would be chaos. Things would be very scarce. Yeah, people are just going to always look. People are scared of a finality. People don't like finality. When you have a bag of jelly beans and you're out of them, you're like, it's over. When we come to that last bite, it's over. So people don't like endings. When you break up, when someone passes, we don't like the endings. We don't like the endings. We like the beginnings and in between. But the ending, people always see as it sucks. Magical World, inbox me. I don't know. This might be a little bit too dark, but I'm okay with darkness. I don't wanna get into it right now, but inbox me, Magical World. Oh, thank you, Jose Cuevas. Read the book Great Controversy by Ellen G. White to know the future and learn what happens after death. All right, I'm always up for education. Um, so thank you for the referral there, Jose Cuevas. I will look into it. I'm not gonna lie. I probably will forget that fucking. Can anyone tell me if they know the book The Great Controversy by Ellen G. White. And if you do, text me so I remember that title. Thank you, Angie, for being here. Good vibes to you. May God bless you. And Santa Muerte always protect you. Thank you. You know what? Yesterday I was busy with some, so I'll look into it today. Um, Yesterday one of my followers had a loss, so it was something that I told them was gonna happen, and it happened, and it was like, how did you know? And it was more of a comforting phone call. What's up, Smiles? So, anyways, que rollo, compa? I'm good. I'm a little bit tired, a little bit beat. I'm aging faster nowadays, I guess. I feel a little bit I feel a little bit old, bro, today. I woke up with pains sometimes, right now I feel like a little bit of, the body's like a little bit old. What's a good book to read about what? I like Super Fudge. When I was in elementary school, that was the only book I ever read, Super Fudge. So that's what I recommend, Super Fudge. It'll make you laugh. Bro, getting old sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're young, enjoy it. All right. On la Santa Muerte, I'm gonna say this about books about death and Santa Muerte. So far, I haven't read a book that I like. I haven't. A lot of the books are written from a point of let's say fascination with the culture. Like a lot of the people that write books on Santa Muerte, they're like scholars that they found it fascinating. So there's no heart to it. There's no real soul. And the other books are just like La Biblia Santa, like the Santa Muerte Bibles. They're just like descriptions of the colors, some magical stuff, and shit like that. So I'm currently trying to finish a book up. Well, I'm trying to finish two books up on Santa Muerte, see if I could fucking print them. But what I'm gonna tell you about Santa Muerte is follow your intuition. Take everything as a grain of salt, because there's no real like, let's say, solid information on her. So everyone has free range to create certain let's say stories about her or imagery about her. So what I recommend is follow your intuition. But here's the truth as I feel it to be. Santa Muerte is the death energy. The death energy was created by God, like I said earlier, for balance, right? She is an angel, an archangel. She's a cosmic being, and she comes to us in many different forms. Like I believe that Anubis, Santa Muerte, Miquatutil, Kali, they're all the same. Hecate, because God comes to us in many forms as well. Some people call him, God. Some people call him Allah. Some call him Krishna. But the supreme being is the supreme being, no matter how you know him or know it, whatever you want to say. And Santa Muerte today, I love her too. I love her too. I love her. Obviously, I love her. And Santa Muerte comes to us in many forms too, for different nationalities, different timelines, and different cultures. So they appeal to us in the way that speaks to us. Thank you so much, Ivan Ochoa. So follow your intuition, bro. Follow your heart. If it feels right to you, that's truth. Sometimes we go by what people tell us, not what we feel. And sometimes feeling is more than knowledge, or more than let's say given knowledge. Self-knowledge and self-intuition is what you should base your life on. I'm gonna tell you about the Aztecs. Like, I try not to refer to them as Aztecs. They're the Mexica people. The Aztec I guess label came later. And Just like, you know, los Purapechas are not Tarascans, they're Purapecha. There were labels given later on. So the Aztecs, the Mexica people, yeah, you know, uh, to me, there's lots of knowledge that comes from those cultures, but she goes way beyond that. The death energy, you know, it goes way beyond the Mexica culture, the Aztec culture as you know it. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, Santa Muerte is for only Latin America or South America or Mexico or this or that." No, death is for us all. Death is universal. Death comes to every being. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if I'm saying something that's blasphemy. I don't know if one day God will have his you know his his final hour. You know what I mean? So as far as I know, knowledge of death, death comes for everything. Death comes for us all. So so I mean, take that as like you how you want to take it. You know what I mean? Just in different forms. Again, like if you guys have intuition, if you see Santa Muerte and you see, let's say, Azrael or Hecate or Anubis or Kali or any death deity, it's gonna feel the same. In my house, I have a statue of Micoatutuil, the Mexica, death deity. I have a statue of Anubis. I have a statue of Hecate, and I had other things that I don't know if they got stolen or what. But anytime I see a death deity, I want it. I want it. I haven't found a statue of Kali yet. I haven't found a statue of certain things, but but I feel that it's all the same. And when I bring them in to my altar or my home, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good, like they're home. You found a dead person on your route. Well, if you need to find more depth, let me know, Lala. Thank you so much, Adore. Oh man. Well, again, death is to be feared, but hopefully the person that you found, when they were supposed to. You know what I mean? May they rest in paradise and find their way home. All right. Anyways, as I was saying about disconnecting from things that trigger you and things that make you upset, find a way to disconnect from those things that might enrage you. You can ask questions always. I try to answer them as quickly and as simply as possible. I don't try to be all fucking super duper like, oh, mira, it's because I know all this shit. That's not what I'm trying to do. But if I know it or I feel I know the answer, I'll say it. And I'll be the first to tell you, if I don't know the answer, I'm not going to make some bullshit up on the fly. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. I would say that I wouldn't really. Are you moving close or far? And again, I don't like putting her in boxes. Like if I was gonna move, I'd take them all like in the car, like we're going on a car trip. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how many you got. I wouldn't box her up, so it'd probably be one of the first things to put at the new place, or one of the last things to put at the new place. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're moving, I would take her first or last, but not in a box. I would put her like in the back seat or something like that. You could even put her in the trunk, but I don't like boxing her up. I'm gonna tell people that put her in boxes and storage. She don't like darkness. I always have a light out for her, like Motel 6. You know what I'm saying? So like it'd be the first to go or the last to go for me. For me, I do 50-50. One to open the road and one to seal it when I get there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't like boxing her. A milk crate might work. Nice. Something open. A milk crate might work. Maybe something transparent. But I don't like boxing her up. I don't. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I went to pick up some statues that were in someone's garage in a box. They shouldn't be boxed up. Like, don't ever put her in storage. Don't ever put her in really dark places. And if you're gonna move, I wouldn't put her in a box. Well, Lala, let me know. Yeah, it was open, but I wouldn't close it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying me personally, I wouldn't close her into a box. Like, if she's standing and the box, that's cool. Like, I'm just saying, like, don't ever put her in storage in a box. And again, if I were to move, it'd be like going on a car ride. I put them in the back seat, front seat, and let's go, mama. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Make sure that she's safe. But never put her in a box, close her up, and leave her in the darkness. The milk crates would work for real. That's a good one. What's the question? Viva la Santa Muerte. Que viva. And again, thank you for all the likes and the gifts. Thank you so much for my subscribers too. Um, so so I'm gonna go. If I always have a light on for her, it's either gonna be a candle or it's gonna be like a little light bulb. On my altar, there's always a light. On all my altars, there's always a light. It could be a candle. It could be a small little foquito. I buy little. I buy like little light bulbs that are very very low wattage, so they don't give off that much light, right? And just to keep a light on for her. You know, she's the light in the darkness. You know, so again, as funny as it seems, she don't like the dark. A tea light candle, whatever, a lamp, a salt lamp, anything like that. Why are we not supposed to have them dark? I don't know. It's just she don't like the dark. Hey, J Rocks. I used to keep a little lamp by a while. The shape of the light turned to an upside down ankh. Oh, nice. Nah, that's crazy. She stood by you. So they ripped off your chain, but she stayed. All right, Jose Cuevas. I appreciate that. For real. I really do. I'll look into it. Tommy Nelson, can you, if you're here, can you text me that by that book, The Great Controversy by Ellen G. White? Just text it to me so I remember. Yeah, J Rocks, I do. But I don't consider magic dark or white. I consider magic magic. It depends how we use it, right? So if it's just, we could do bad things for the right reasons. So I don't see color or malicious intent sometimes. I see what must be done. But yeah, I do dark, I do light, I do red. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lala. I appreciate it. You know what? It might be because she can't see in the dark, or again, like I think it stems to her origin. It stems to her origin, and this is the origin as I know it. Ready, ready. When God created death, He created death as one of the most beautiful beings to ever exist. It depends, J Rocks. So when she would show up to collect souls, people were elated. They were happy to see her because they thought she was a messenger of good tidings because she was so beautiful and so translucent. And people were elated to see her. Like, ah, this is an angel's gonna bring good tidings or whatever, like that. And when they realized her job or her what she was there to do, they would then get startled, fearful, and beg for mercy, beg to be all this stuff, right? So this troubled the death energy. This troubled her. Inbox me, J Rocks. So she she went to God, the Creator, and was like, "Hey, you know, when people see me, they're they're happy to see me, and then that happiness turns to dread, and and that that consumed her or made her feel bad, right? So in that with that energy, Death asked to have her image be changed to what suits what she's there to do. So again, that's why we get a lot of these deities and death that resemble death, because that way there's no denying what she's there for. So because of that, I think there's a deep hurt within the energy, and that's why darkness may not be her favorite thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, she truly cares. So again, that pain, if you're someone that carries deep sorrow and deep agony and carry pain for others, you're not going to want to be in the dark. You're always going to want a light. Does that make sense? Thank you, Ivan Ochoa. Inbox me. We'll talk about it. So that's why I feel that. You know, that's how I feel it to be. Is that if you're a being with great emotional, let's say, ties to things, and all you seem to do is bring sorrow, and that's what they see it as, but there's more than sorrow if we were to understand God's, let's say, creation and the order of things. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think that's why darkness and her don't mix, because she does feel sorrow. She does have that sort of energy. Um, Perfect, Tommy Nelson. Um, and again, I'm gonna ask you guys really quick. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to go get 1,000 followers on Instagram, so I can go live from Instagram, um, TikTok, and YouTube. All right, that's my next thing. I want to go live also on Instagram, and try to capture more audience somehow. But again, so that's why no dark for her. That's how I feel it. That's what I feel. I may be fucking totally wrong. Hello, lovely 629. How are you? Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Adore. May you be blessed too. May Santa Muerte protect you and God always guide you. Thank you. May you be blessed. Um, you can go to my. If you have me on, do you have me on TikTok? Because on TikTok I'll have to post it. I'll make a video and post it, I guess. Anyways, does that explanation, is that sufficient for the darkness thing? I think that's why, again, that's why I feel it to be. But again, that's just what I feel it. You could have different opinions and have different thoughts about it. So again, you know, always try to keep a light on for her, like Motel 6. We'll leave a light on for you. But again, just take my explanation why she don't like the dark as a grain of salt, because that's just how I feel it to be. Again, and from the darkness, the light always shines through. You know what I'm saying? So always Look, I'm gonna stress this, and I'm gonna stress this very, very, very much every time you guys are here. Whatever I say, don't take it as gospel, because there's no real solid. Again, it's what I feel, and if what I say makes sense to you, and you feel it as truth, then you can take it, adopt it, and make it your own. Spirituality is very much an individual thing. Hola, buenos dias, Bibi. Spirituality is a very, very individual thing. We all can be on the same road, but we can all experience different bumps, different different sidetracks, and different destinations. Oh yeah, again, like there's been lots of people have had the they've said, oh, Santa Muerte is Mary, um, and there's lots of correlations, but me personally, like I don't think because death is beyond the time of even Christ. You know what I'm saying? So death is a very, very, very unless death, yeah, it's just you know, death has been part of our human structure since the beginning of our existence, and death comes for us all. And you know, she predates Mary by a long time. But again, I venerate Mary as a depiction of a good mother. I venerate Joseph as the depiction of a good father. And again, these are things that people will agree or disagree with. The day they venerate Mary is also August 15th. So there's a lot of correlation with that. But again, if you look at it from a perspective of, okay, that makes sense. Death predates Mary by, thousands and thousands of years. Death has been part of our culture and reality to humans since the beginning. Oh shit, your son's born on August 15th. August 15th is St. Mary's feast day, and that's also the day we venerate our mother, Santa Muerte. So that's a good day to be born. So good job on having your son on that day. Lovely. That's lovely, lovely. What can I say? But again, I'll stress it again. Whatever I say here, it's not gospel. It's how I feel it to be. You know what I'm saying? I want that statue, Adore. I don't have it yet. On the 15th, different months, all right? But good job too, BB. Good job. So I'm always going to say that. Whatever I say, you can take it, run with it, or say this fool's a kook. Whatever you guys feel from my words, go with that. Go with that. You know what I'm saying? Go with that. Always go with your intuition. I'll never be here. That's your dad's birthday as well. Oh, nice, KK Bays. So now I know there's people born on that day here. So you guys are here for a reason. So again, whenever I speak to you guys, I speak from what I feel is my truth and how I feel things are exposed and explained to me. But yeah. All right. So as I was saying earlier, learn to disconnect from the things that bother you, that trigger you, that make you upset. I feel that nowadays we run towards the fire when it comes to everything. We run towards the gossip. We run towards the negative energy. Like we line up to see this shit. Protect your energy at all costs. You shouldn't be so eager to be upset. You shouldn't be so eager to be, angry. You shouldn't be so eager to accept, I guess, crosses you shouldn't carry. I'm not saying you stay dormant and silent forever, but I'm saying pick what matters to you the most and that it affects you directly. Like, I see a lot of people take up all these causes that don't bear any weight on them or shouldn't. And again, worry about your family, your kids, your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, if you still have them. You know, worry about that circle. Can we feel bad for things going on around the world? Sure. But don't let that dominate your life. You neglect what matters because you want to fight for things that don't directly affect you. Oh no, she brings you confidence, peace of mind. She gets rid of the energies that doesn't pertain to you or don't belong in your life no more. All right. Let me move on with today's lesson. I mean, I like talking to you guys sort of as a free flowing conversation. When you engage with people, or things or online, always know your mental state. Always know where you are mentally. Always know how you feel. If you're feeling angry, maybe you shouldn't interact with people as much. If you're feeling sad, maybe you shouldn't watch. Know your mental state at all times so you know how and when to engage with people. I know that sounds silly, and I know it sounds stupid, but self-awareness will either get you into shit or get you out of it. You know what I'm saying? So always know your mental state. At least have a reference point for yourself. When I feel like this, I tend to argue more. When I feel like this, I tend to cry more. When I feel like this, I'm more combative or argumentative. When I feel like this, I'm happy. Oh my God, like everything's good. So know your mental state so you know how to engage. Spirituality comes from within, right? But again, we can also project it. Oh my God, I got a doctor's appointment. Hold on. That's my appointment. I forgot. Hold on real quick. Hello? Yes, how are you? I'm good.